Buenos días. Hello, good morning. Buenos dias. I actually started to talk in Spanish. It's like kind of weird, the transition between one session and the other one, which is great because you guys can learn some Spanish. So to say good morning, it's buenos dias. And I think that's pretty well known. So hello there. If there's someone over there, just see if you can say hi through there so that I know who we're counting on. We've got someone else going. Hello, where are you watching me from? If you want, you can just give me a comment over there so that I know who's over there. Just to let you know, thank you for being patient. Sometimes it just takes a couple more minutes because I need to change from one emission to the other one. And so if you come at 9 and you see that there's a little bit of a delay, that just means I'm going to put it in 2 minutes. Okay, it just happens sometimes. Hello. Hi, Dan. Good morning. No. Okay. He doesn't want to say good morning. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I get it. I mean, buenos dias. Okay, good. Perfect. So we're going to give just a couple more minutes. Okay, so if someone else joins, because I don't want them to miss it. But just to brief you a little bit, this session is basically just a way of being present in our bodies, start the day, probably a little bit in our heads, and just maybe we didn't sleep too well, and we just need to start to be present in our bodies again, feel it, and yeah, that's what it is about. Every day it's different. And I would love you to be the protagonists of this. So if you haven't occurred, for example, in the session before, Amalia told me, my ankles are a little bit stiff today. Can we do something to warm them up? Anything, any suggestion, idea, this is for you guys. So I'd be so grateful if you receive all of that because you are my inspiration. So please keep being my inspiration. And yeah, what else? Yeah, nothing else. Yeah, this is probably most of you know me, but I'm Alba, and my YouTube channel is the one you're in. If you want to follow me on social media, Facebook, Home With You page, and then Instagram is at AlbaBoldC. So yeah, stay tuned for all the updates because the schedule will change a little bit next week. But it will be similar. It will just have a little bit less sessions, but I'll keep you updated on that. Good. So we're going to get started. So I think it's high time. So we're just going to start with our feet parallel. Good. And I want you to start to spread your toes around like you've got down feet. Okay. So nice and wide. And I'm just going to bend the knees there and start to feel all that bouncing happening in my body. So I'm going to let my knees swing a little bit up and down. Good. So I'm really letting all that weight drop. Great. And I'm starting to lift my heels off the ground to start to bounce a little bit. Now, if you've got, I always talk about this, but if you've got neighbors, just make it a little bit more springy. Ooh, or if you've got plants, make it a bit more springy so you're not really hitting the floor. Now, if you don't have neighbors, enjoy it and hit the floor, because why not? But just let it be springy and start to let the head go with it. So you're really letting the head release forward, perfect, and a little bit quicker. Good. So just bringing that vibration into the body. Wonderful. Good. Letting the jaw relax. Good. And stop for a second. And I want you to close your eyes and just notice what that little sudden movement in the morning has done to your body. Just notice that energy that's there. See if you can stay with the feeling of spring inside you. Good, and we're going to slowly open the eyes and we're going to bring one arm a little bit far towards the side and same thing on the other arm. Now, I'm going to go forward, bending my knees and really letting the head drop. And I'm going to get something off the floor and then I'm going to start to release the palms up. So if you see, I'm really like a fountain there. And I'm opening them up to the ceiling as I open my heart. And then I go with the palms down again to get the water off the ground. And I exhale, softening the knees to let that heart lift up. And again, heavy. And palms up. Good. 2 more. Wonderful. Last one. And good. Releasing the lower back in there. Okay, now from there, I'm just going to start to mobilize the shoulders a little bit. So nice wide circles. Good. There you go. So really getting up there with them. Going up where there's quite a lot of tension and really releasing them. There's a comment there I didn't see. Anything to wake up. Okay, cool. Fair enough. That's what we're going to do. Good. Good. So we're going to squeeze the shoulders up. Super squeeze them, like until it sort of hurts. And then you're going to let them go. So there's a lot of blockage in all that area around the traps. So let them really squeeze, that we articulate and give some circulation there. So again, squeeze, and drop. Good. Nice work. Last one. Squeeze, and drop. Wonderful. And from there, I'm just going to let the neck go heavy into a little circle. Super gentle, okay? Because we don't want to force it as the first hour in the morning. Okay, wonderful. Good. Now, good, guys. Back to center a little bit with the feet. Now, you're gonna get creative with the space you've got. I don't know if you've got much space around you, but you can get creative around it. Because this is just gonna be about dropping to the floor no matter how. You don't need big spaces. You can do it everywhere. I can literally just drop into myself and get into a ball. So all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna imagine and I'm gonna draw a drop of water that goes from the top of my head down through my body, and I'm going to start to just draw the pathway that drop of water is taking through my body. And try not to think about it, but just let the drop intuitively move through your body. Good. So whichever direction it want to take, I think that you want to start to create a spiral. So if your body sort of has to move with it to actually adapt to it, let it do it. Good. And towards the feet. Good. And now I'm just going to make it much more organic. So I'm going to let that drop actually draw me towards the floor. So as I am doing that, I'm naturally feeling how that's changing the directions in my body. So let the drop make you heavy wherever it is, and let it travel through your body. Good. And let it move you. So it's gonna go through the side wherever it goes. You're really letting it start to spiral you down to the floor. Good. And then we're gonna take the other hand and start to lift with another drop. That's gonna lift me up, up, and up. Good. And again. So that drop that comes from my forehead and is slowly traveling through my face. Good. Going all the way down to the floor. Very good. You don't need much space, as you can see. Good work. Wonderful. And if it makes you lie down, just let it do it. Now I'm changing to the second drop on my left hand. It's gonna lift me up, up, and up. Good. And it ends wherever it ends. And I'm releasing the drop. Great. Good. Now let's just grab something we can sit on, okay? So if you don't have a block, you can either sit on a chair or you can just get a cushion like this one, something. So option A will be I am sitting on the floor just normally. If I'm comfortable, just sit on a chair next in front of me, okay? So I'm just gonna stay on the floor, but you can do any of those versions that you want. Important things that you're comfortable, okay? So there, just staying there. I'm just gonna bring my palms up to the ceiling and put them on my lap. And I'm gonna start to let the head drop down towards my heart. And as I do, I start to melt the whole spine down to the floor. And I stay there for a couple of breaths. Now I'm gonna imagine my pelvic floor is expanding on an inhale. I've got water all over it. And then I'm gonna start to take another inhale to make me incorporate. Good. Now, if you were in a chair, your legs will be in front of you and you will be leaning forward anyway. So same sort of thing. And again, inhale. As you exhale, melting the heart towards your spine to start to let your head drop, 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 drop. Very good. And then I'm starting to feel my feet on the ground. And with the next inhale, I am incorporating vertebra by vertebra. Last breath, inhale. Heavy chest, heavy chest, heavy chest. Really coming into ourselves and stretching those ribs up to the ceiling. Very good. And then I'm inhaling. And on my exhale, I stay all the way there. Good, now I'm going to close my eyes for a second there. Just notice what happens when your body finds a calm after having moved. Is there a movement in the calm? You feel the wave of breath going up and going down. We're going to start to slowly bring the attention to the top of my head, as if I have a big light illuminating my body. And I'm going to start in the top of my head, scanning my body all the way down. I want you to be very curious about it. Just what is stiff today? What is feeling great? What is feeling a little bit not so great? Trying to not give it any judgment, just observing what's going on. You keep breathing, letting that wave shed light in those places you want to observe, as if the breath was bringing light to those. You can also observe and imagine where the breath is really not getting to. Where's the power force not getting to? Are there any places that are a bit numb? Maybe a little bit disconnected, like they don't feel part of us. See if just bringing some attention to them can help you start to let them be a part of you today. Good, and we keep scanning slowly all the way down. When you get into the pelvis, I just want you to deepen in that feeling of spreading that big bag of water there. So your inhale is really bringing all that heavy weight to your legs, allowing you to feel the contact of your feet on the ground. Great. And without changing anything, I just want you to bring a little bit of movement into this. But all you're going to do is you're going to try to intuitively take your hands as you observe to those places you feel don't have enough circulation right now, enough breath. I'm just going to take my hand to that place and I'm going to stay a little bit with it. Great, and just start to acknowledge what's going on in there. Listen to what that body part is telling you. And try to be understanding. Now there's probably a reason why that part is not getting that power force, so see if you can be grateful about it. Because it probably wouldn't be a good idea if it had so much flow. So be grateful about it and just ask and be curious what would happen if I actually brought some energy into there. See if the warmth of your hand can start to bring some light into all that area. So you can soften your hand and make it wider. And explore the feeling of warmth expanding through that area. And with your other hand, you can try to find another spot. And again, exactly the same thing. But giving it its specific attention, every place will be different. Every area will be different and it will have a different speech, a different thing to say to you. So stay with it. Wonderful. And from there, I'm going to start to open my eyes little by little as I release my hands to my lap again. Good. And I'm just going to start to notice the room, colors, textures around me. Is there anything that calls my attention, that makes me be a bit more focused? Is there something I don't want to put my attention on? Just observe what's going on. And again, use that curiosity and playfulness that we never need to lose. Good, and from there, I'm just gonna drop down to the floor because that's where I really want to be, don't I? Okay, so I'm just gonna drop down to the mat and just stretch as much as I need to, however I need to. For once, I'm free to do whatever I need to do. So I'm just gonna do whatever I need to do. If I feel like this is stiff, I stretch my arm. If I feel like this is stiff, I can also just twist my spine if that's the stiff bit. Just ask, what do I need today? And let your body do it naturally. Great. And one more breath of that. Good. And just relax and drop all the weight down. And from there, we're going to start to make the body weight even more heavy. I've got a big walrus on top of me. It is literally sleeping here. Oh my god, I can't move. But then, keeping the weight of that, we're gonna bring one knee, bend it a little bit, bring it up so that my foot is on the floor, and same thing on the other leg. Keeping the weight of that imaginary walrus on top of you. Good, and now I am inhaling, nice and wide in the pelvis. And as I exhale, I'm gonna really make this even heavier to bring one knee to my chest. Get like a little baby, and I'm gonna squeeze my knee in with both hands, really. And I'm gonna do a little circle before anything, just to make the joint a little bit juicy this morning. Oil it. And then we're gonna go exhaling with the other leg. And again, I'm gonna do the circle with both hands on my knee to juice the joint a little bit. And from there, I am gonna cross one leg on top of the other one, and I'm gonna pull my outside leg towards me. Good, and stay in that stretch for a minute and breathe. Good, that's wonderful. So really letting that thumb open up. Yes, beautiful. And we change the leg. Good, so we do the one that's in the back and we pull it towards us. Okay. Good, and now we're gonna do something really fun, okay? So it's really fun. You need to get ready for this. So it's like you're just gonna start to let your legs swing. So really, really, really release them up to the ceiling. Because then we're gonna roll in a second. So really release them, release them, release them. They can actually touch my bum. I can just go crazy with my head. I just want you to really move like a baby. You can even make sounds of a baby awakening. Doesn't want to get awake. Oh no. Please don't make me do this. Good. Keep going. And give it some energy. Some energy. Yeah. Angry baby. Not wanting to get out. Good, 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 good. Let your arms loosen up to the ceiling too. You're gonna start to swing them and swing them. Good. And we're gonna stay for 1 minute. So keep going. A bit quicker. I really don't want to get up. Good. Good, 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 good. Even more, even more, even more, even more. Good. 30 more seconds. Keep going. Make sounds, whatever you need. And drop everything again down to the floor. Good. And again, bring the attention to your body and into the calm that the breath can bring back to you. Good. And from there, I'm going to ask my body to take me to a sitting position, however it wants it. So don't try to give your body instructions. Let your body take you to a seated position on the floor. So without rushing, You're tired. Use the minimum energy possible for that. Slow as it needs to be. There is no rush. Good. Just keep asking your body, how can I go to a seated position on the floor? That's where I want to get. Take me there. Okay. Good. And we might be in different positions. So we are going to go with our legs here in a little bowl. Now, this is a really fun Pilates exercise, but we're going to do it a bit crazy today, okay, without doing it properly, because sometimes it's boring to do things properly. Sometimes we just need to move. So my feet are going to be together like that, and I am like a seal, okay? So it's called a seal, actually. I'm like going to clap and clap and clap with my feet. And then I'm gonna twist. Now, if you've got something a bit comfier for your back, that's okay. Otherwise, be careful because you're gonna roll. Otherwise, it might not feel so nice. 1 and 2 and 3. I'm gonna roll a little bit, and I can stay there and just relax and breathe and do whatever I want with my hips. And then I'm gonna do 1 and a 2 and a 3, and I'm gonna come back up, and I'm gonna do again, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Good. And I go up, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. And go. Now, if this is feeling weird, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're like all over the place on the floor and you clap there. I don't care. I really don't care right now. So the most important thing is that you're having fun. So you're 1 and a 2 and a 3, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. You know how babies get angry and then 2 seconds after they're like playing and having fun. So that's us today. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Good, 2 more. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Last one. Good. And now we're going to stay there if we can. Now, if this is too much, you can have your knees on your chest all together, okay? But if it's not, you're going to stay there and breathe and try to mobilize the hip a little bit. So I'm just like reaching my bum away from me a little bit. Great, 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 great. And then I'm going to release my arms far and try to melt my throat and slide the spine down vertebra per vertebra. Nice, good. So in there, with your eyes wide open, again, observe the lightness of your legs on top of your body. If they're not light, put your hands in the back so that they're light. Otherwise, stay there. Good. And now, bring your soles together and relax in this pose for a second. With your knees open, let your groins relax against the floor. If your arms are getting comfortable up there, you can just bring them down there so that your palms are up. And here, going back to the beginning of the class, to that expansion of the really big water bag in my pelvis. And I can even use my hands to bring me that feeling. So how I am stretching and dropping all that water through my thigh, from my pelvis all the way down to my knees, through my thighs. So expand the back, and as you exhale, let the back really drop towards the sides of your legs. Last one. Good. And then I'm going to bring my hands into my lower triangle, so in between my belly and my pelvis in my lower stomach. And I'm going to bring my legs back to the floor, hip width apart. And just in there, guys. Just noticing what's going on there in your stomach, how it's feeling today. Does that make me hungry? Did it make me open the stomach? Is it a bit more closed? How does it feel? What is the texture I give to it? What's the color? If I've got a color I can give to it. And slowly opening the eyes. And going back to your baby side position. Staying there for 2 seconds. You can even put your hands as a pillow. And take your time, little by little, to find your way out to standing. Doesn't have to be quick. You can take as much time as you need and drag the weight so that you don't really have to make much effort. Good, no rush, just let your body do it for you. Wonderful. Okay, guys, good morning, everyone. So glad that you're here. Hope you enjoyed this session and it made you feel much more awake and it made you ignite that energy we've got there so you can go and get much more productive and creative right now. So next session is a fitness one today at 9 UK time, but it's going to be in Spanish, so that can be an investment. And then tonight the math class is also in Spanish, but tomorrow the whole thing is in English. So tomorrow you've got fitness at 9 UK time in English, and in the evening, 6 p.m. UK time Pilates until 6:45, and then 6:45 stretching, relaxing sessions. So I really hope to see you there. Please, let's grow this and let's make this community a wonderful one. So if you don't have my Instagram, check it out. It's at AlbaBoltC. And you can also check my Facebook page, which is Home With You, and just recommend it if you enjoyed it to anyone you like. And I am hoping to see you here again soon. So glad I had you here today. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.